Good morning, I'm Ms. Deline, here with a daily oracle card from the Sacred Rebels Guidebook by Alana Fairchild. And today's card is After the Storm. I kind of like this card today. There's a thunderstorm about. It is either headed your way or just passing through now. Don't make a thunderstorm mean more than what it is, though. You don't have to fear it. You might even feel excitement about it. After all, a thunderstorm is just nature's way of gathering energy together that needs to be released. With a release of tension, relief, and freedom soon follow, often with a fresh perspective and perhaps the gift of a promising, hopeful vision for your future. Perhaps the particular storm building within you or around you is causing you to quake in your boots. It might be a storm of building emotions, threatening to erupt or already exploding, seemingly beyond your conscious control. You might feel an uncomfortable sense of emotional or psychological pressure within, and if something doesn't happen, and soon, you feel you might just burst. You may also sense that these are forces operating beyond your control, and you would be right. There is in life and in the creative process a need to allow for wild storms. There will be those precious moments of peace beforehand and the release and revitalization that follows, yet the storm in the middle is essential. It is a natural part of the creative process. Without this building and releasing of energy, we would suffer from boredom and stagnancy. You may prefer the excitement of the storm or the fresh, open feeling that accompanies its clearing. You may find it confronting to be faced with the power of something in which you can only participate rather than control. Either way, the storm wisdom offers you the gift of bringing things to a head and clearing them away so that the energy can be freed from a pattern that has had its day and is ready to become something new. Sometimes the pressures that fuel the storms of our lives have been building up for a long time without us being fully aware of it. It might be pressure from our own minds, creating unnecessary burdens upon us, such as burdens of fear or self-doubt. It could be pressure to appear a certain way or to fight against life out of a mistaken belief that this is necessary for survival. Sometimes the pressure is little more than the impossible dream of perfection and a need to gently, or even with great dramatic flourish, cast that aside so that you can dare to be what you are and create from your heart. Even if you're not sure what the storm is about, don't lose confidence in your ability to successfully bear its progression until you are safely at the other side of the experience. Even amongst the chaos of change and in moments of anxiety, know that you have so much light and trust in your heart that you can see the storm is but a passing process and nothing that need worry you. The storm is coming, and you can, if you wish, feel the beautiful, exhilarating gift of it as you are empowered to cast aside what has been and receive the gift of a fresh, new take on things. Your confidence is to remain intact. Whatever is happening or soon will happen in your life, this storm of sorts is transformational and supportive of your growth. It is going to clear away cobwebs and free you, open you to creative energy. Remember, there can be no rainbows without a little rain. So, I'm going to be candid here. I don't get very many views on my oracle card readings, and I was called to do this, and so I do it. And what I found is it's more for myself than, it is a way of being of service to those who need to hear these words, but it's also just as much for myself. And so this card, so the people that do listen to what I have to say or what the cards have to say are most likely on a pretty strong spiritual path. And so I'm seeing this storm as being a metaphor for what's going on in our world right now. And and that is, the COVID virus and the the way that, we have the stay-at-home orders. And I'm seeing that people who are normally very, very active, they're working really hard and then taking care of their families, and then, they're just on, and then they're doing the sports and the whatever, all the things. And they can't do any of those things right now. They're either working at home or they're not working at all. Some of them are still working outside of the home, but they can't go to concerts and sports and things like that. So it's a time where people have, they have to look at their lives, whether they want to or not. And as people on a spiritual path, we tend to look at our lives, and we tend to take time out and process things, But even for us, this storm is a big deal, right? And and so there are many people that just can't wait to get back on that treadmill that they've been on, right? They just can't wait to get back to work and take their kids to all the after school activities, and to do all the things, gatherings and stuff, and just, go, 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 go like a hamster on a wheel. They can't wait for that. This is torture for them, just waiting for that, right? But this is a time where we can look at who we really are. We are not, who we are isn't a job or things that we do. That is not who we are. And so this is a gift to us to look at who we really are. And as we weather this storm, as we hunker down, it's like a hurricane, is on the way, or we're in the eye of it or whatever, and we're hunkered down in our bunkers, and during that time, that's a time we're not used to having. And so we can take advantage of that time. And so the part that really spoke to me for my own self, because I just made a major move, and I'm still not even unpacked. You can see there's a pile of clothes right there. I'm still not even, unpacked. And as I was moving, and then I had this time where I couldn't move, where I had to stay with my son because my apartment wasn't ready when it was supposed to be. And so I was already kind of going through this, like, okay, what's happening in my life, right? And I've thought, okay, am I going to continue doing all the things that I do just in a different place? And I had to really look at that. And it looked like pretty much, yeah, although I was making some changes. And so it says, either way, the storm wisdom offers you the gift of bringing things to a head and clearing them away so that the energy can be freed from a pattern that has had its day and is ready to become something new. And that it's also a passing process. So it's nothing to be afraid of. I really like that. Being freed from a pattern that has had its day and is ready to become something new. That's what I feel like. That's what I feel like my move was about. And if I didn't get it, then the coronavirus hit, and now I'm in this new place, and I'm stuck at home, and the only thing that I had planned on happening was spending more time with my daughter and grandchildren, and that's happening because I'm taking care of them, because my daughter is still working. But the rest of it, all of my plans were just shut down like that overnight because of the stay-at-home order, and the schools closing and everything. And so I, for one, am taking this time to look at that pattern that I had going, and even though I was already consciously shifting out of that pattern by getting my degree and going a different direction with the writing, I still, when I moved over here, I was jumping right into I needed a job and blah, 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 right? So now I've been given this gift of time, And I do see it as a gift. And I think that those of us on a spiritual path understand that this is a gift. This is a gift of time for us to really get centered, get grounded, and to look at who we are, look at the pattern in our life or patterns that we've created, and to make a conscious choice of whether to continue those patterns. When this stay-at-home order is lifted, when the salons, you can see my nails are falling off, are open again, and all those things happen, do you want to just jump right back on that treadmill, or do you want to make a conscious change? Do you want to create a new pattern? This time is a gift, people. Accept it, unwrap it, revel in it. And I would just love to hear what happens. I can't wait to see what happens as people make new choices and create new patterns in their lives. I love you.